Hi. Merry Christmas, my friends, and welcome to another Tulsa King review. This is episode 5, Token Jaw. So, Dwight Manfredi is back in New York. Unfortunately, it's for his brother's funeral. But it does give him a chance to maybe meet some other family members, especially his daughter, somebody he's trying to rekindle with because he has not seen her since he's been in jail. Now, in the picture on my far side here, not the one next to me, but the one next to that one, we see the Manfredi family all sitting around the table, getting to really know each other again. Especially for Dwight's case, seeing his nephews and nieces and in-laws, sister, and everybody else, including his daughter and his son-in-law. He is trying to get to know everyone, but he's got some of this old school mentality where he kind of has a little bite at his son-in-law by saying, "He should have called me, asked for my permission, wanted my blessing," and that pisses off his daughter a little bit. And yeah, she walks away, and leaving everybody else to have this lovely fancy dinner lunch that is without her. But I'll get back to the daughter a little bit later because Dwight does get an opportunity to speak to her, whilst he's in New York, a mono. But going back to Tulsa, we get to know a little bit more about the biker gang. First of all, Manny, one of his colleagues at the stables, she knows about what Manny did last episode, about how he hooked up with some stoners and beat the shit out of the biker gangs for that noise and all of that. But she informs Manny that these people are not to be fucked with. They are the Black McAdam biker gang, and they kill people who go on their territory. And this obviously concerns Manny a little bit, and he googles them and finds out a little bit about their leader. And talking of their leader, he has the local police under his thumb, and he gets them to start going after Dwight's associates, one of them being Tyson. And by arresting Tyson, they're able to get to Bodie, and then by getting Bodie, they bring Bodie back to the biker gang, and they obviously interrogate him and intimidate him, and then they send him back to Mitchell's bar. Not Mitchell, Keller's bar. But Keller, he's a wise old fox, and he seems like a very likable guy. Dwight is very lucky to know somebody like this. And when the corrupt police bring back Bodie, he puts the corrupt police in their place. It was very, very nice to see. But the sort of retaliation confrontation between Dwight and these bikers is definitely coming into the forefront, and I look forward to future episodes to see where this goes. But Dwight obviously still in New York. Now, while Dwight is in New York, he does finally have a chance to speak to his daughter one-on-one. And she is a florist. She's working in this place, and it's amazing how florists, they are always being associated in gangster films and shows in some way or another. I've seen it on many occasions, and this is no different. But whilst trying to talk to his daughter let something slip by saying, "Look, you were in jail, you were away, we were struggling, and the only person who came by was Nico now and again with a package." And then she kind of said without saying that Nico did, "Oh no, my friend," kind of said without saying that Nico did something that really upset her. Now Dwight, he kind of puts two and two together and kind of thinks that yes, Nico, he done something to my little girl, and so he goes for revenge. But the first person he sees is not Nico initially. He goes to see his boss Pete, who's in hospital. Now Pete is right below me right now. Pete is, he's an old man now. He's in hospital. He's dying of old age and all of that shit. And he wants to know if Pete knows that Nico was touching his daughter. And, using his mobman style, he kind of realizes that Pete didn't know, but he's still pissed off nevertheless. And so, he goes to find Nico. And he finds Nico playing poker with the boys. And, oh my goodness, does he do one on Nico. Now, not only does he beat the fuck out of him, he burns his face, as you can see right next to me, on a stove, scarring him for life. But his life is not long to live for, because as he beats him up and fucks him over, he then stamps on his head, Gears of War style, killing him instantly, doing this in front of all his mob boys, basically telling them, I don't give a fuck. You fuck with my daughter, I'll kill you. And he walks off like the badass that he is. This particular scene, it kind of reminded me of an episode of The Sopranos, where Tony Soprano finds out that this guy called Coco, who works in the New York mob, was fucking around with his daughter. Not literally, but said some, undesirable things to his daughter. This enraged Tony, and he goes to Coco, beats him up, and then curb stomps his face on a step. It was beautiful. And I had flashbacks of that. So yeah, excellent episode once again. And it looks like now that members of the mob, as well as the biker gang, they're going to probably all be coming after Dwight because they're all pissed off with him. Because Dwight, regarding the mob, needs to know his place. And regarding the biker gang, needs to know his territory. And it's going to be interesting to see all the retaliation coming the way of Dwight. Anyway, let me know what you think of this episode. I myself am going to give it a lovely, big, fat, juicy 8 out of 10. Yes, 8 out of 10. You think it's worthy of that sort of mark? Let me know. In the meantime, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye-bye. And remember, have a very Merry Christmas.